Hey, my beautiful followers. I always do this thing when I have coffee in my hand and do an Addison and Alicia. I always take a sip of coffee right beforehand and I go, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Anyway, having my yummy coffee. I'm going to be super over caffeinated. I have had way too much coffee this morning. I thought my day was supposed to start an hour earlier and client-wise, and I messed up. So what do we do but a video and have an extra cup of coffee? So yeah, I'm getting ready to do some fun bodywork sessions and really just get into the energy, which has really been my week. Lots and lots of energy, lots and lots of good vibes. Feeling good. And this morning I was sitting there taking a minute in meditation and going, okay, what's the message today? God, spirit, energy. What's the message today for my video? And I really came up with this thought around COVID and truth. I'm going to just be truthful. It's really about COVID. And 2021, I was looking at my schedule and getting ready to put up some new events coming up, and just plan out, like I planned a trip, not yesterday, the day before, and just kind of planning my new year, because it is that time of year that we start thinking about what is the new year gonna look like. And this year, I'm hearing so much about, as COVID starts to kind of spread and get its hooks back in, because we're getting together Thanksgiving and Halloween, and people are starting to get together, and so we're starting to see the numbers rise and all that junk that we're seeing on the news. And then elections, I'm hearing people are coming into my office, or friends or family are like, you have to get your toilet paper, which I still don't understand why we're having a lack of toilet paper issue. It is not, okay guys, okay. It is not a digestive issue. I think we have clarified this over the months. It is not a digestive issue. But anyway, so people are like, oh, you have to get your toilet paper, you have to get this, and there's going to be riots, and this negative stir. And while I keep myself informed, I'm very much like, I'm going to keep my focus over here on the good things, the positive things. I'm going to keep living my life. And so that really lends itself to, what is your focus? Truly, what is your focus going forward? Because I think as we enter this space of the end of the year with Christmas and other holidays, if you celebrate Hanukkah or one of the other holidays, we're entering this new land of, are we going to restrict ourselves? Because it does come down, yes, we have governmental restrictions, things like that. Where are you going to restrict yourself? Out of fear, out of scarcity mentality, going and buying hundreds of rolls of toilet paper is scarcity. That is scarcity mentality, that there's not going to be enough for me. There's not going to be enough. And the same thing is happening with money right now. I see so many people who are like, I don't have enough money, and they're doing this. And when we grasp things, then we lose them. This is true in relationships. This is true in our sex. This is true in money. Money is just energy. Money is simply energy. And so it is where you're putting your focus. Where are you putting your focus for 2021? Where are you putting your focus for the end of the year? And this is so freaking important to look at, where you're putting your focus for the end of the year. Because if you think that January 1st is going to come and everything is going to be different, that's a load of bullshit. It's a load of bullshit. You have to start every single day with your focus and then live your life from that focus point. However, I'm starting to see again this swirl of fear. This swirling of fear happening. And this is really draining us. Hold on, more coffee. I'm starting to see it really drain people as they swirl with the economic situation, with the health situation, with their inner stuff, And oftentimes people are saying, and I'm reading and I'm hearing from clients, from friends and family, that whole thing. that they can't travel, they can't do this, they can't. And there are things that right now are limited. There are definitely things that we are not able to do right now. But a lot of times we are putting the blocks within our own mind, within our own life. There's lots of stuff we can be doing, but it is easier to go, I can't. So I've heard a couple people go, I can't travel right now. I'm like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. There's lots of places you can travel. I'm going to Mexico at the end of January. This amazing little like Airbnb. It's going to be amazing. But I'm going to Mexico in the end of January. I can. You can. And even if you're like, well, I don't want to, I want to kind of support, like I don't want to go and spread COVID and all that. If you're one of those, you still can travel. You can still go rent a place to go camping. You can still go rent a little cabin someplace. You can still keep your health. The money thing too. Like people are doing this with their money. And so it is really looking at what is your mindset. And that's really my message for this Sunday morning is where is your mindset? Where is your mindset? Where is your focus? And this also goes into our sex. I know the sex and relationship coach, you guys want to hear me talk about sex, but this also goes into our sex and our relationships. If it's like, I don't have, or I can't orgasm, or I can't spend that much time with my partner, or, I don't have somebody, or I can't experience orgasm because I don't have another person. This is all bullshit. This is all fear. This is all your focus point. This is all your focus point. I love when people tell me, well, I don't have a relationship. I'm like, you don't have any relationships? Because guess what? That if you start to focus in on I have relationship, you will build other relationships. You will build those romantic relationships. It is focusing in on the things you have and the blessings that are there. That's not to say to shut yourself off from the contrast, from the things that are showing you, ooh, like that's a desire, that I desire that. But it's going about it from a higher level perspective of really looking at it as like that would feel good. That would feel good. And really getting into feelings of it. Right now, we're in the feelings of fear and we're being fed more and more fear. And so my question to you is, are you going to take it on? Because at the end of the day, it's your choice where you're going to focus, where you're going to make your 2021. I know there's a lot of uncertainty. But guess what? That can be beautiful. That can be like, ooh, there's a lot of excitement for 2021. What's going to come to me? What's going to open up? What's the opportunities that are going to be brought to me? Instead of, I'm already seeing the comments of like, 2021 is going to be shit. Well, you know what? It will be if you choose to make it. Our worlds are internally created. So where is your focus? That is where you're going to create from. That is totally where you're going to create from. And we all have blessings. If you are breathing right now, if your heart is beating, that's a blessing. And so where are you focused in for the rest of this year, this week, right now? Where is your focus point? And if there's something that is scaring you, or you are having a negative charge against it, guess what? Fighting against it isn't going to help. We all have these moments where something comes up and we do have a negative charge against it. And if we continue to focus in on that negative charge, we're going to create more of it. So this is where we refocus. We go, okay, I am actually, maybe you are fearful about your money and you're like, okay, I'm going to take my focus off of that right now. And I'm going to refocus over here. I'm going to focus in on my relationships. I'm going to focus in on pleasure. I'm going to focus in on the feel good. And that is just a change of focus. Because guess what? We all have moments where we're like that is fearful, that is uncertain, that does stir me in more of a contrasting way. But if we continue to send energy that way, it's only going to snowball to the rest of our lives. And so I want you to choose your focus for the next few weeks. And then I want you to start choosing your focus for 2021. Because at the end of the day, it is your choice. It is your choice. If you are consistently telling yourself you can't, then I promise you, you're right. I freaking promise you, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right. You're right. But things can change like that. I remember it was probably a year or two ago. I was sitting in the car with one of my besties, and she was driving, and I looked at her, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, I'm ready for this kind of relationship. And I verbalized it, and I was clear, and I'm like, I'm ready for this kind of relationship in my life. I'm ready for this next level man. And I think it was 2 or 3 weeks later, and that was my focus. And it was a positive focus. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm just so done. It was like, no, I'm done. I'm done, and here's my focus. And I'm going after this, and I've got positive energy, and I believe it's possible. That was my energy towards it. And 2 or 3 weeks later, I had a man walk into my life that gave me a beautiful relationship, so much blessing, so much stir. And I was able to then rechange my focus. And now that I'm not in that relationship, I can refocus again on that next level relationship. I can refocus my energies. But our lives can change like that. They really can. For the positive and for the negative. So if you're somebody who's been rocking it out, and then all of a sudden now you're going to go and listen to the fear that's starting to re-stir with COVID and with politics and money and all the shit, all the things, all the negative things that we don't want to talk about. If you're going to go and refocus or like spend your time watching the news consistently, what's going to end up happening is you can change that positive vibe to a low vibe like that. But you also can work your way into a positive energy, work your way into things just coming to you, flowing to you like that as well. It takes you, first of all, listening to your core. That's always at the core of my message, is listen to your core. Listen to what your spirit, your soul is telling you. And then refocus to the positives, refocus to your blessings, refocus to your goals and what you truly desire, and not desire from a head perspective, but what you desire, what you truly desire. And start setting up your new year now. Start setting up your goals. What are your intentions? What are you gonna fucking do? Not like, oh, I want this. Well, what are you gonna fucking do about it? I'm not a huge person to the house, but if you're like, well, I want a relationship, but I'm gonna sit there and just like on the television all day, every single night, and I'm not gonna ever get on a dating app, and I'm never gonna do this, and I'm never gonna do that, then guess what? You are not opening any space in your life for that relationship to come in. If you are somebody who is wanting amazing sex, but you're never willing to slow down, touch your own body, touch your partner's body, really connect, then that's not going to happen. You're not going to get there. If you're somebody who is always focused on the negative and you're like, why can't I have a positive life? It simply is your thoughts, your beliefs. So make a choice, make actions. Go, I'm going to change my thoughts and beliefs. I'm going to start every morning with gratitude. I'm going to start doing this or doing that. I'm going to start exercising, whatever it might be. But it does take some action. It does take some action. But most of all, it takes your focus. So go change your focus. I was starting to see such positive energy, and now I'm starting to see some negative energy around the COVID and the end of the year and all that. So guess what? I'm a strong believer that I would rather be a little bit ignorant of what's going on and happy than tear myself completely down with news. Now, again, I stay up on kind of what's going on, but I am definitely not that person who's watching the news every single morning and reading all these articles. Like, I keep myself informed, but I would rather keep myself happy and high vibe than bogged down with all the shit, because it is shit going on. So focusing on your life, focusing on your joy, your happiness, what you desire for moving forward into 2021 and through the rest of this year. This is the time of love and joy and celebration. And are you really focused in on that? are you truly focused in on that, or are you focused in on what you don't have? It's your question, and only you can answer it. So, all right, guys, go grab that fire within, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. You can go. Next Saturday is my female orgasm camp, and I have a couple other workshops that are going to be getting added to my calendar. So head over to addisonbell.net and check those out, and get your butt on the list for orgasm camp if you have not. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.